Hey everybody, welcome back. Like I said last week, I bought myself a Create This book. If you don't know what that is, it's a creativity prompt book where like on every page there's a different prompt and you have to figure out how to create according to that prompt. So I wanted to do that for a while on this channel, and yeah, so we're just gonna pick a few different pages, and my media of choice is colored pencils because I feel like I have the greatest control over that. I feel like I've worked with that the longest. So yeah, we're gonna do that today.
Hello everybody. I'm using a different microphone today. Let me know if we like it, what we think about it. But I wanted to, voice over again to see if I can get better at it. So this first page, as you can see from the little reference image from my practice sketchbook, as it were, was that I'm going to fill this page with fruits, and I'll explain why, because you can't really see what page it is. This page is the rule box page. So when I first was looking for pages to do in this book, I was like, okay, with this type of book, there's usually like things that need to be done first, and you revisit them at the end, or you do them throughout the entire time that you have the book. So I'm super glad that I checked for that, because there was a page like that. There's this create a rule page. It's where you set a rule or rules for yourself to follow throughout the entire book, something that you do on every page. My rules that I'm going to set for myself is date every page on the day that you completed it, and incorporate blue on every page somehow. So I was thinking about designs I could do to not only just fill the blank space, but kind of go with the rules, I guess, as well. So I wanted to make sure I incorporated blue, and the background ends up being blue color pencil. But then I'm like, date? Do I draw like two people dating or something, like on a date? And then I'm like, what about the fruit date? You see, because it's, okay, well, it's not the most clever thing now that I think about it, but it was a good idea at the time. So, there's dates sprinkled throughout the entire page, along with other fruits, and, it's just kind of a fruitalicious page. Earlier you may have seen me erasing the watermelon down in the lower right. That's because I hadn't fixed on a style yet for this set of pages, whatever you want to say. My favorite ended up being the banana that you can see right now. My sketches are super light, you can't hardly see them at all in the video, but they are there, and I'm not just freehanding this. I did work these sketches out. You can see me drawing one of the dates now. So it's not like, it's not proportional, obviously, but it's a date that's been cut open, and that's why you can see kind of the seed in the center there. This next one didn't really fit with the other styles. It's an apple, and I kind of wanted to show that like apples are red and yellow at the same time, but like you can't see that because my head's in the way. That's great. I always feel like recording these voiceovers are super awkward. Maybe I shouldn't do it in one solid chunk. I should break it down into things that are actually helpful when I talk, but that's not happening, is it? I have the dogs here today. Doggos, you want to say anything? They good. They don't need to say anything. They say those grapes are a mess and a half. And I agree, doggos, they are a mess and a half. Now you can see that I put my water bottle on the page to hold it down so I wouldn't have to have my hand there. But it dripped water onto the page because it's a water bottle, obviously. So that maybe wasn't the best well thought out plan. Something I was glad I remembered to do was I grabbed a piece of really flat cardboard. It was a brownie carton, as you can see here. It was like those things, it's just add eggs and water and make brownies. And the brownies were still gross, if you were wondering, but I got it out of the recycling bin to put under the page so that when I pressed hard, it didn't, A, rip the page, or B, sink into the other pages, you know how, like, an indent in the other pages. I didn't want that. So I'm glad I remembered to do that, if nothing else. My original plan for this video was to have 5 pages in a video. That didn't happen. I got super busy, but I was looking at the math, looking at how many pages there are in a book, you know, and if I wanted to get this done in a timely manner, if I did 5 pages per episode, it would only take 22 episodes to finish the book. I think that's a lot, but still not unreasonable. So I had planned on doing 5 pages, but I overestimated how much time this took. And I was just taking my sweet time. I'm like, you know what? Videos are a thing I do for fun. It's not like something I have to do. And then I'm like, I'll just get to it when I get to it. You know, make sure it gets done by Sunday. And before I know it, it's 10:37 on a Saturday night. Just took a shower, got out of the shower. I'm like, oh crap, it's Saturday. I have to have this uploaded by now. So I may just have freaked out and put together my editing super last minute. Maybe. That's one possibility. It didn't necessarily have to go like that. It did, however, go like that. My favorite part of this page, I hate the dates. They're stupid. No one's gonna look at that and get it and be like, oh, haha, you're a funny person. No, they're not gonna get it. My favorite part is that first banana I drew. It's a good banana. 10 out of 10. Would eat that banana. But yeah, the dates just look awkward, and they look like, I don't know, they look like brown pears with, like, avocado seeds or something in them. And I know dates are like get your head out of the frame. And I know dates are like a weird fruit in the first place. Like, they're not what you normally think of when you think of fruit. But I'm grasping at straws here, people. Okay? Trying to save the turtles by not using straws, but you know, grasping at straws. I finally got the bright idea to flip my my brownie box over. That wrapper was super distracting, I know. I didn't think about it when I was recording it. As you can see, the water bottle has gone because it dripped all over the page. And now we have a jar full of glass marbles. It's heavier, which is nice. Why do I have a bunch of glass marbles? Good question. No, not good question. I don't know why. I have a bunch of glass marbles. I don't know if you're ready for the story behind them. They're pretty special marbles. I plan on using them someday, but for now they just sit in there. They enjoying life. They vibing. They have no concerns in the world. Anyway, away from rambling, I'm putting the blue background on there now. I'm going around the lettering that says rule box. And I think I go in now. Yeah, I go in now and I write my 2 rules. Once again, it's just date every page and use blue on every page. And here is the final viewing. That makes it sound like it's a dead body. Okay, it's not a viewing. It's not a viewing. My favorite is the grapefruit on the left page, the banana, and the watermelon all on the left page. My favorites. Moving on. Here you can see I'm working with my unicorn pencil to draw some wires and some bulbs. As you can see here, this is my my sketch reference that I put in my little practice sketchbook. This page is the create letters page, and its instructions was to put letters on the page, but don't make them into words, just use them for aesthetic value. So I sat there thinking like, but letters aren't aesthetic. That's stupid. This is a stupid prompt. And then I thought about gluing the pages together so I didn't have to deal with their nonsense. I didn't end up actually doing that, as you can see. I thought of an idea. So I'm like, if I use, English letters, I know that I'm just gonna want to make words and like make it all themey, like themey words. That made no sense, but it just makes me sound like I was trying to say steamy, but I have a lisp. Themey words. Y'all, it is 10:41 at night. I do not have the brain power to do this. So, I used, what I can tell were Chinese characters. I do not claim to know what they mean. I do not claim to have written them correctly. I do not claim what they mean. It might not even mean something good. It could mean something terrible and I wouldn't even know. I claim nothing. I just thought they were pretty, and that's the whole reason of this page. So that's why they're on there. But anyway, as I'm sure you figured out in my unnecessary, unhelpful rambling, is that this is a, what do you call it, Chinese lantern hanging garden. And these are a bunch of lanterns with Chinese characters on them. And then the lanterns that don't have characters on them have cherry blossoms on them. And, oh, where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's back. That was just a ghost page for no good reason. But, yeah. It's a night scene, so I used dark pencil to do the background, but it ended up being more disturbing to see the background than if I had just left it alone. I'm gonna try and take a crayon, see if I can't fix it. I think I already messed it up. I'll let you know next week when I show you how the matte gloss Mod Podge comes out. I don't know at this point, okay? I just trying to get this video out to you by Sunday afternoon. That's my goal here in life. Yeah, we're in the end stages now, past all the sketching and re-sketching and hours and hours and hours of work. Putting in the darker layer of the background. I told you it was distracting. Don't you think it was look, it looks all splotchy and bad. And I mean, I know the camera doesn't make it look good, but it's splotchy and bad. Yeah. I'll try to fix it, okay? I'm sorry. I have no words for you. Anyway, in the create letters bubble, I didn't draw over the letters because I wanted the instructions to pop out. But in the letters where they leave blank space, I filled it with that same pink color. The cherry blossoms are actually 2 to 3 different pinks. Some required 2 pinks, some required 3 to do the blending. I'm not a mathematician, okay? I just know what they need. Drawing in the book crack was the hardest thing ever. Book crack. That's I can say that, right? I can say that. And yeah, so the design that I went for with the lanterns with the characters on them, the whole bit of the piece, the whole bit of the piece? What am I talking about? I'm tired, guys. I'm really tired. I mean the whole, subject of the piece. The letters of the subject of the piece. I used this purple that I found in my kit of pencils. Is that even a thing? It's not. We're gonna go with it. In my kit of pencils, and I just kind of made an ombre effect where it's brightest in the center and darkest around the edges, and then darkened the letters themselves by going over it with the purple. Here's one lantern I forgot to do in Cherry Blossoms. Fixing that now. Checking the date, because I don't know what anything is. And here's the final product. Final? Oh my gosh. Final, did I just say final?
Hey everyone. I'm sorry it's a shorter video today. I know I didn't get around to doing all 5 pages like I wanted to do. In the future, I'm definitely thinking 5 pages per episode. But, you know, I've just been super busy this week and I didn't get around to it. I am super happy with these results. I didn't get around to sealing them in matte Mod Podge like the instructions suggested, but in 2 weeks when I do the next episode, I'll have those sealed by then so you can see how that looks. And yeah, if you got this far in the video, you obviously liked it, you might as well like the video. If you like this kind of content, if you like people who do create this book or just arts and crafts in general, you know, your cup of tea, you should subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Hopefully I have something better for you next week. Okay, bye.